What's up, y'all? Richard Samuel here, watercolor artist, graphic design curator, and the owner of Richard's Art Gallery here on East Side 6th Street, Austin, Texas, baby.
What is it you do?
What is it I don't do? I wear a lot of hats here at the gallery. I'm an artist myself, curator, custom framer, custom clothing business owner, gallery owner, community raiser. I don't know, everything.
And what brought you here?
Austin, Texas. Well, I was raised in a little town outside of here called Wimberley, Texas, a little small town. Played football there, ended up playing college ball in Houston, went overseas, played for a while. And when I retired from playing, I had an apartment in San Marcos because it's just, close to the hometown, things like that. I started doing my art thing, and I would fluctuate from San Antonio to Austin a lot, doing vending events, networking, doing as much as I could to promote my art. And it just made sense to move to Austin with the city blowing up, all the younger people here with disposable income for art. It just seemed like the logical move. And I moved here and actually ended up accepting a coaching job to go coach right when I moved here. And I accepted it. It was in Europe. So I was about to leave and essentially put art to the background like it's been my entire life behind football. And kind of woke up one day and realized that maybe my goals were reversed and maybe, football's my hobby and art is what I loved. And with that realization, I quit my coaching job and found this place that we're sitting in right now on Craigslist.
What makes your space unique?
I feel like we have a different approach to being a contemporary art gallery. It's a lot more relaxed here, calm. You can come in and enjoy the art. You don't have to feel uptight. We have a really good community here. We do a lot of stuff for whatever your goals are in life. We try to provide space for everything, for people to have a platform to make themselves more professionally reformed or anything like in that regard. So we've built a really good community here. I think it's how would you say it? I guess it's it's an art gallery for the people. That's what makes it different.
How does your space define your craft?
Perfectly, actually. I take a lot of pride in my art being not perfect, I would say. I don't have any formal art training whatsoever. I've kind of just figured out everything on my own, how to be a graphic designer, how to do custom framing, how to paint, how to do murals, everything. So there's a lot of aspects that aren't traditional about my art, and I think the gallery reflects that. It's like a warehouse contemporary gallery. Like you come in here and there's a very professional, unique feel to it, but also feels grimy. It's like a perfect mix.
What gravitated you towards your artistry and your creative work?
Oh, a lot of things, actually. I had a couple influences when I was younger. I had some older cousins that were amazing artists, and I loved comic books, so I wanted to draw like them, and I draw all the time. And my family's huge into art, especially my mother. She bought me a lot of times gifts, and all my Christmas gifts were art supplies because she wanted stuff to hang on the walls, obviously. But so, having that, wanting to be like my older cousins and seeing how much my family appreciated my artwork really accelerated my love for creating,
And so what fuels your imagination?
Ooh, that's a good one. I feel like, what fuels every artist's imagination is different. That's the beauty of art. Mine is, I really like to motivate people and to make people feel happy. So my art is usually a reflection of some type of nostalgia or some type of motivating factor.
What's your dream collab?
Ooh, I would really love to design the logos in a uniform for an NFL team. That would be amazing.
So where are you right now in your journey?
As far as like what comes next in life, I'm always open to the possibilities and taking advantage of whatever comes. I think the gallery itself and me as an artist, I'm doing exactly what I want to do. I'm getting the jobs that I want to get. I'm helping out. I'm having a place for the community, holding space for the community. I think it's a good spot to be in.
When people observe your art or just experience it, what do you hope they're feeling?
Motivated, 100% motivated. I want to help people achieve their dreams, and if my art can help register, some nostalgia that reminds them who they are, or motivates them to go home and work on what makes them happy, that's ideal for me. I would say that passion, it goes back to that motivating thing. I'm a really passionate person, and I have a huge eclectic music taste. So it is all over the place. I feel like I have art for everyone, therefore I can probably motivate anyone.
How does the world around you influence your work?
That's especially in 2023 with the way social media is, and you hear every bit of bad news in the world and very few good things. It can be hard to kind of tune that out, especially with my art when it wants to be motivational and bring people together and things like that. To have that type of constant influx of information, you got to kind of ignore it a bit. But the world is huge influence. I mean, art is a mirror to our reality, and art is a visual representation of what we go through. I have to finish something every day, and I did that because the gallery got really busy and kept me away from actually creating, and that's what gives me anxiety, because every day I want to create something. So yeah, you got to, that 100%.
How does space affect your imagination?
I think space is imagination. I feel like nobody really knows what's going on out there. So the wonder where you could go with it, but I have no clue what's going on above us, And that's the beauty of it, because it could be anything.
And then how do you place yourself in the multiverse of talent?
I like to think that I channel a lot of the multiverse. God, I forget the name of that Jet Li movie. But you have your other selves in the multiverse, and you kind of gain skills from your other lives. And I feel like it might come down to my determination and my consistency or persistence to things like that, but I've mastered a lot of crafts. And I think that comes from, I don't know, maybe a multiverse. I'm also a huge comic book fan, so the idea of there being all kinds of Spider-Mans is amazing.
Describe your art as a universe.
Ooh. My art as a universe would be Earth 627. No, I'm just kidding. That's a good question. I could go forever thinking about this. We could form a whole world. Have you ever seen Love, Death, and Robots? Perfect. I feel like my art as a universe would be, everyone would be living their own indie, comic type of thing. And that would be, so it would just be a complete mashup of how people would describe their lives in a comic book.
What is your worst fear when it comes to your art?
Not being able to create or work with my hands, I think, would be one of the biggest detriments to my psyche as a human.
Where do you see yourself going from here?
I think owning my own soil here on the east side, and having my own creative building complex that I can build and not have a landlord, and be able to have complete creative freedom over it. I think that would be a beautiful next step for Rich's art.
Who is someone that you would want us to have a conversation with?
Chris Tobar is one of them, creative director for Up Color. He's dope. We partner on a lot of things. Keezy is a musician that plays here a lot. He is absolutely amazing. Gabe Davis does our comedy shows, and he's a local comedian here in town. And then as far as inspiration, I learned how to watercolor paint from Leon Kwanzin. He's like a Chinese watercolor master. He's absolutely amazing. I learned about it when I was 18, or I went through a workshop. My mom got me in a workshop when I was 18, and I learned from him. Obviously, Basquiat and his story in the creative direction Banksy follows is absolutely amazing to me. I want to shout out my entire family, my mother, my aunts, my cousins, all of that. My family's so supportive whatever I do.
How is it to see his universe develop? How is it to see that?
There are no words. You always want for your children what makes them happy, you know, and that's a hard thing to achieve. And to watch him create his dream and make it a reality is overwhelming.
But yeah, this is from us.
Wow, who painted it?
Lindsay Laser, she's an amazing artist, but we do the scape every time.